So how do you define a civil leader?
A civil leader is someone that takes on a leadership role in representing the community. It could be in many different capacities, but it's a role that has great responsibility and great obligation. And so it's someone that takes on a role and a responsibility to represent the community in some aspect. It could be at a city council, it could be on a commission, but once you take on the responsibility of being a civil leader, you have a huge obligation that you must uphold.
So what are the most important qualifications for a civil leader? Can you list two?
I think a couple of the most important things is honesty. You must be honest, not just in speaking to the public, speaking to the community, speaking to other leaders, but with yourself. And that means you must have integrity. So kind of put that together, be an honest leader with great integrity. And then the other thing is to focus on what the real mission is. And when you're a civic leader, the mission is service to the community, not yourself, not a particular interest group. It's really what are you doing to improve the quality of life for those that are around you and those you represent. So those are the two most important things.
Okay. So what are the most pressing issues in the society nowadays, and what are you doing about it?
The most pressing issue we see in Silicon Valley is income inequality, and it's something that from CEOs to working class employees are all talking about. And some of the things that I've done about it have been to really have a good dialogue and to create an environment in which we can bring in some of those decision makers at the corporate level, bring in decision makers with the unions, decision makers that are in the community to say, look, it's not good enough that we have all this great wealth if we have so many people that are homeless, we have so many people that are living in poverty and that are going to sleep hungry at night. And it's something that we have to do better at. And so, yeah, I've done a lot of work at the city council level in terms of policies I'll put forward that support the ability for people that are working in Silicon Valley to have the ability to support their families. And so that's something that we need to expand throughout the Bay Area because it's so expensive to live in this part of the world.
So imagine 50 years later, what kind of society you and your children want to be in?
I hope that 50 years from now, we've all come to the realization and have taken strong action to protect our environment. If we don't protect our environment, the future for our children, our grandchildren is in peril. So I hope in 50 years, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren are wiser than we have been and have really taken that as a key obligation. And that the environment is protected. And then beyond the environment being protected, I hope that we have a society where people, instead of being isolated and looking at what's in their personal best interest or their family's personal best interest, actually have concern for those around them, for their neighbors. And we have a community that's loving and a community in which rather than having leaders divide the community through hate and fear, you have leaders that use love to bring the community together. I think that'll be a true evolution, a human evolution, where we start to really come together as a community and realize that we don't need to be fighting. We have plenty for everyone, and we can have great wealth, we can have great success, but at the end of the day, we must make sure everyone's taken care of as well.
Thank you.